Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the Holosun 403C red dot. Okay, basically this is what it looks like. It's a red dot that has a solar panel on top, and basically it has two power sources. It has an internal battery that's not removable, that basically just collects energy from the sun, and then it has an external battery, a 2032 battery that you put in on a little tray over here. In solar power mode, it auto adjusts. Okay, and it's really good. It's very bright. Even on the sunniest days, I'm able to see a very bright red dot. That's actually overpowering almost. Okay, so on a sunny day, you put it on the target, and it's like overpowering. If I'm shooting at distance where I'm trying to get like well-aimed shots and tight groups, I have to switch to manual mode and power it down so it's not overwhelming my target. That way I can, when I put the red dot over my target, I can kind of see the edges of the target, and I can hold the rifle steady. Okay, so there's a little tip for you. If you are trying to get tight groups at a distance, you need to switch it from auto mode, solar power mode, to manual mode and power it down. Okay? And the way you do that is you either hold down the positive key, or you hold down both the positive and the negative key, and you'll see it change. Okay, I kind of have to get used to this idea of basically leaving the red dot on all the time, because it took me a couple of years to get used to this idea of you always got to remember to turn off the red dot so you don't burn out your battery. Well, now I gotta go the other way. Now I kind of have to forget that, and well, actually now I have to kind of keep track of which red dots are solar powered and which red dots are not solar powered, and so that's the one thing that you kind of have to get used to. But I believe that this is the way forward. I believe that all red dots are going to be solar powered, because that's a big issue with red dots. I mean, basically, if the red dot, if your battery dies, the red dot is basically useless. So having a solar powered red dot makes it a lot more effective, and I don't know why it took so long to get to this point. I mean, we had solar powered calculators like 20 years ago, and the red dot doesn't use a whole lot of energy. So putting a solar panel on a red dot is definitely the way forward, and pretty much all the red dots I'm going to be buying going forward are going to be Holosun solar powered ones. Now, the 403C is different from the 503C, because the 503, which is what I have on this rifle here, has a 65 MOA circle. Okay, so it's got the 65 MOA circle, and it's got the 2 MOA dot in the center. With the 503, you have the option of holding down the negative key, and if you want to get rid of the circle, you can do that, and if you want to bring it back, you can bring it back. So now the thing for discussion here is, why would you want the 403 versus the 503? Because other than that circle dot, the two are pretty identical. Okay, now here's the thing. With the 503C, which has the circle dot, you are paying $40 to $50 extra for it. Okay, and on rifles that don't have a front sight post, right, like this one, I want that circle dot so that when I come up, I can find, that big circle helps me find the 65 MOA circle helps me find the 2 MOA dot. Okay, so on any rifle that does not have a front sight post, I want to have a circle dot on it. Like this AR, prior to getting, this one is not solar powered. This is the what is this one? The 503G. Okay, this is the one that has the ACCS reticle. And it has the chevron, right, with the bullet drop compensator, and it has a horseshoe around it. So that horseshoe kind of functions in a similar way to the circle dot, in that when I come up, it helps me get on target, and it kind of draws my eye into the center. Okay, now when I had the just the red dot, the little dot on this, right, the 2 MOA or 3 MOA dot, what I want to do on the flat top, right, is I want to keep my front sight post up. So I would keep the rear post down, front sight post up, And what that does is I'm using that front sight post as a reference to help me find that red dot. Okay, but now that I have effectively I have a circle dot on this rifle, I can fold this down. Okay, because that big circle helps me find the little dot in the center. So so for rifles that basically don't have a fixed front sight post, you probably want to spend that extra $40–50 and get the 503C, which has the circle dot. Okay, on rifles like this one over here. Oh, actually not this one over here. Yeah, actually not this one. Like this one here that has basically a front sight post. What I found is, like, I did have a circle dot on this for a while, and what I found is with the front sight post, with the different posts there was like kind of too much information going on there, because I had the front sight post that was helping, give me a point of reference to help me find my dot. So having a circle on top of that, there was just too much going on there. So what I find is that on any rifle that has a fixed front sight post, like this AK-47, I'm not going to use the circle dot. Okay, so I don't need to pay extra for it right now. So that's why I'm going to save the $40–50 and just get the 403C that doesn't have the 65 MOA circle. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about what they give you with this 403C. And I believe Holosun does this with almost all the products. All the ones I have basically come with the basically a .83 riser. Okay, so they give you a riser that will that will give you that will give you a co-witness on an AR-15, and then they give you an adapter if you want to stay low. Okay, and the reason why they give you an adapter is because the default on these Holosuns is an aim point base. Okay, so the base is such that it basically screws on. It screws onto the rail. The way I have this AK set up, on this AK I'm actually I have a Midwest rail system on this, and it doesn't have a Picatinny rail. What happens is the way this, basically I have a bottom rail here that basically clamps onto the barrel, and then the red dot basically screws onto the top rail, and then the top rail screws onto the bottom rail. Okay, so that's your aim point setup. So basically you have, with these Holosuns, you have three different options. You can go aim point low, you can go Picatinny rail low, or you can go Picatinny rail high, and get that AR co-witness. Okay. Now with the AR here, what I'm finding is that it really doesn't give you. I mean, it kind of gives you a co-witness, but it's like really at the bottom of the glass. Okay. So it's there. I was able to use this to, basically get on target. I didn't, basically by, when I put this on, I co-witnessed my red dot to the iron sights, which basically got me on the paper at 30 yards. However, it's like really at the bottom. When I had the, where is it? This is the 503G with the ACCS. This one actually sits a little bit lower. So when I had this one on the AK-47, I had a perfect 1/3 co-witness. Okay, so if you're looking to get a 1/3 co-witness on an AK-47, right? When you have the gas tube mounted, when you're mounting your red dot on top of the gas tube, this is probably not your best choice. You probably need to get that 503G with the ACCS reticle. You will get a co-witness with the 403C, but it's like so low that, I mean, the only thing it's good for is for to kind of get you on the paper, so that from you don't have to waste much ammo getting a 0 on this. So I mean, it is workable, but it's like, it's not a 1/3 co-witness. It is like a 1/8 co-witness. It's like or maybe even a 1/32 co-witness, because it is really, that red dot is really at the bottom of the glass. But it does, at the bottom of the glass, you will get the co-witness between the iron sights. Okay? So it's, in the future, I may end up going back to that other Holosun optic, with the Beretta CX4 Storm. I mean, I have a perfect co-witness with the iron sights, and you know, I've actually had this on an AR that works fine as well. So there's a couple of things for you guys to think about as far as this this Holosun 403C, to figure out if it's the right optic for you and for your situation. If you're using, you know, because it doesn't have that circle dot, so if you're using a rifle that has a fixed front sight post, where you really don't need that circle dot, it's the 403C is probably a good choice. If you're using a flat top or something that you don't have a front sight post, I would go with the slightly more expensive 503C that will give you that circle dot. But definitely go solar powered. I mean, solar powered is, you know, is definitely the way forward. Okay, you know, you know, and these, I mean, even the battery, which is basically a backup on this, I mean, it lasts for, you know, they say it lasts for like 50,000 hours. You know, so you know, this is the way forward. Solar powered red dots. Okay, and with the, I did a previous review on this Holosun, the 503G that has the ACCS reticle. You guys should check that out. I was kind of thinking about getting another one, and I may get another one because it works so good with the AK-47. However, I'm probably going to hold out until they come out with a solar-powered version of this before I get another one. Yeah? So if you guys got any questions about this 403C, the solar-powered red dot from Holosun, you know, by all means put your questions in the comment section. If there's anything that you think I left out, by all means, please let me know. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. Goddamn flies. Son of a bitch. It's freaking middle of July, so we got freaking flies all over the place. If, like I said, if you're not a member of the channel, please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.